Hey guys, come on in. So welcome. This is Jar Creative, and yeah, this is just our foyer, our waiting area. We have a boardroom here, which is where obviously we have clients. We often have internal meetings in here. We can do brainstorming. I actually use it as my office quite a bit because I tend to talk on the phone a lot. And this is really the only enclosed space we have here. So yeah, we can project, we can review work against the wall here on the screen, and work through ideas here. So over here we get into the studio space, and first of all, this is our long-term memory here. This is our server, obviously, and all of our printing gear. We have really just two big work desks. I mean, it's an informal environment. There's only 7 of us here, and so we tend to just set up wherever we're comfortable. But in general, these are more of our project manager and Al, our SEO and analytics guys, just out to lunch. So, and then over here we have our designers and developers around the corner here. A little more light back here, and then we have sort of just a lounge sitting area and kitchen and eating area here. So yeah, it's pretty casual, pretty informal. We all we all just move around as we feel comfortable.
What are you looking for? What do you expect out of students graduating from ad programs and marketing programs, and what certain skills do you find, or do you think that should be pretty much a staple coming in the industry as a junior?
Well, I mean, I think the big push the big trend in marketing is really more towards experience rather than sort of messaging, so to speak. But I mean, obviously, a good understanding of brand as a core idea. What is it? What is a brand? How do you support a brand? And what are I mean, that's still the core of all marketing and advertising. But increasingly, marketing is now being driven by the notion of building more of a relationship with the consumer. So it's not so much about just pushing messages or trying to convince people to use or try your product, but really engaging them in some way, in some sort of either some experience or providing utility to them in some form. So, and this is why you see brands like Facebook and Google being so dominant, is they're providing a huge amount of utility and experience to people, and people have that relationship, and they're really becoming platforms for all types of other marketing and advertising. So an understanding of experience. Ultimately, though, I think the thing that has really upended the advertising and marketing industry is the role that technology now plays in marketing and advertising. And I think it is necessarily complex. There's a lot of, as I say, plumbing involved, and so I think, and there's a lot of elements and aspects to it. So I think finding a niche inside of that is really important, and getting good at something, whether it's interface design, whether it's social media, whether it's development, or even a very specific type of development, maybe mobile development. I think it really helps in this day and age to have a specialization, but also beyond that, also have a general awareness of how branding and marketing supports what it is you're doing, or how you fit into that bigger picture. So Jar Creative is a user experience design and marketing strategy agency, and I mean, I come from a design background, design and strategy background. So one of our sort of core competencies is, I would say, interface design for web, but there's a lot ultimately that goes into that. I mean, there's strategy, there's branding, there's information architecture, there's content, there's graphic design, and so on. So, I mean, a lot of what we do ends up being an interface, but we also work with some of these sort of other elements of online experience in terms of like social media, and we even get into like SEO and analytics as well. So, but generally working with clients on their digital marketing strategy, with design and branding for the web being sort of a very large component of that. So we do a lot of larger corporate website designs, some application strategy and design, and even getting into sort of more mobile applications and design as well. So yeah, we're a boutique agency, so there's 7 of us, and I think one thing I like about what we're able to do just as a small group, it's a very diverse group. So we have designers, we have developer, we have strong project management, we have analytics, SEO, and social media, sort of all covered with a very small group. So we're pretty agile, and yet there's a lot we can do even with that group. So it's a nice size where we can be quite responsive and nimble, but we can also have a fairly broad reach in terms of what we can accomplish around digital marketing. So.